Hey everyone, so this is just going to be a video of me showing you guys my carded Toy Biz collection. So we're just going to start, I'm just going to start with the lowest series and work my way up. I am missing a couple. I just realized they are still at, some of them are still at my parents' house, I realized. I thought I brought them all over, but yeah. So anyways, starting off with Series 1. This is my Series 1 collection. I do have two more, which I will show you. The other two are very cool. So we have Captain America and Iron Man. I didn't really pay attention as much to the comics and the backing. So like this one has the more gold foil. Some came with silver, and then others just came with the comic book. And then certain ones like overseas came with, you know, double or triple, and some came with like 6 comics packed in one, notably the Deadpool and I believe Cable. But these are all in pretty decent shape. This one does have a little bit of bend on the hook. I try to keep, when I buy these, has a little bit of frail damage on there. I try to make sure the packaging is not yellowing. But you can see the rest of the figures in the wave. This is the Toad Wave, and it also has the Hulk. We'll go ahead and show you the other two I have. So here's the gold variant of the Series 1 Iron Man. This one is packaging's pretty messed up. My dad bought this for me, I mean, about 7 years ago from eBay, and sadly they packaged it in a bubble wrap for some reason with just a padded mailer, no bubble wrap or anything or any box. And sadly right here it has split because it got crushed. I haven't opened him since I do have him loose. I just kind of left him in the package, but it is too bad. And I also have this one. This one's really cool. This is the other variant of the Series 1 Iron Man. This is the one that was a Walmart exclusive. So you get the stealth suit, always the same mold, just in blue. I do want him loose one day. He's just really hard to find. He's hard to find loose. And the packaging's in really good shape. The only thing that's a little bit messed up is right here on the corner. It's got a bend, which is too bad. But otherwise, the plastic's very clear. And that's really what I look for. Where here you can kind of see a tinge, where my finger is, a tinge of yellow. This is, you know, crystal clear, which is perfect. And even the stickers are nice. I do try to pay attention to the stickers on the clamshell. So that will do it with my Series 2. And now we're going to go ahead and go into Series 4. So here is Series 4. I do have a couple others. Obviously, it's just hard to fit them all in the camera. I have Beast and Elektra. Elektra is definitely one that's super cheap still. She's just an outdated figure. So if you're ever looking to get like a carded Elektra, you can still get her very cheap. But she has, you know, 40 points of articulation. Both of these are in really good shape. She does have a little bit of creasing up top, and then, but all their stickers are really done well. The Beast one kind of goes along against the edge here, but Beast is such a cool figure. Really like these. And this is actually a very strong wave. You can see on the back here, it kind of gives figures a little bio. It's very much reminiscent of the Marvel cards. I'll go ahead and show you the next set. And here we have Punisher and Goliath. I don't know if you noticed on the back of the card, if you look on the back with Goliath, he's actually the chase in this wave. They made a Series 4 Goliath, and he was also, I believe, put in Series 8. Again, same figure, same packaging, everything. Just the top of the card right up there said Series 8 instead of Series 4. The Punisher, there's a couple variations, just mainly with the belt. There's an all black belt. And then this one's got a little bit of black wash on the belt. And then this was, I'm sure some of you guys remember this figure along with the little mini figures inside here. He was in that old Avengers box set, but then he was painted in the Giant Man colors instead. But very cool figures. I love these. I don't know. It's so fun to kind of bust these guys out and show you guys these packages and everything like that. It's a lot of fun for me. So now we're going to start getting all over the place. Like I said, I don't have a complete full carded Toy Biz collection. Mine bounces all around when I was buying them carded and keeping them. So here we have Series 5 Colossus. Very cool looking figure. And then Series 7 Ghost Rider, which is, this figure's awesome. I'll go ahead and turn them around so you guys can see. Start seeing the waves are getting a little bigger compared to Series 1. But these are all just great waves. It makes me wish I had all of these carded, especially since they're not over the top expensive, but they are getting up there, especially like still Hawkeye still holds his value. Silver Surfers dwindles here and there. But I remember Blade was always kind of a little bit more expensive in the wave, even though he was a movie figure, so it's kind of funny. But, and then Vision, you know, has the clear variant, but that would have been kind of cool to have carded. Anyway, all right, we'll move on to the next set. All right, so we have Modok series variant Wasp and Legendary Rider series Hulkbuster. I always like this one way more than the one that they did release, so I just think this is such a cool Wasp. They did make that crazy, kind of like a huge chase figure for Wasp where she's in the blue suit, super rare. And then on the back here for the Hulkbuster, you can see he's painted totally different than what we see here. He's more almost like the same paint applications as the Marvel Select comic Hulkbuster, whereas this one's more of the flat red. Still a very awesome figure. I love this figure. Then you can kind of see tons of variants in the Modok wave. We have, so there's that blue Wasp right there. Very cool looking figure. I'd love to get that one. Then you have the variant Spider-Woman, Captain Marvel, Modok, and then the running change of Destroyer and Iron Thor, or Thorbuster. So it's a cool wave. It's a good wave. Even Legendary Riders, I still love this Taskmaster. It's still really such a cool figure. Legendary Riders was an okay wave. I do like the Logan. He did have the two versions, but you can tell he looks completely different than what they ended up releasing. And then Wonder Man also had a variant. And I think that's about it for the variants on this wave, but still such a fun wave. I'm trying to think if I have this one. I have this one almost complete loose. I just don't have the wonderful Scarlet Witch there, but such a sweet figure. I would definitely will be redoing the review on this figure. I just wanted to actually get the carded one out so I can have that during the redo review, just like I did when I first reviewed them. All right, so we'll go and move on to the next one, which will be Giant Man Wave. All right, so starting out Giant Man Wave, we'll do the Age of Apocalypse Weapon X. They did make two versions, just different heads and claws, but they did come with different Build-A-Figure pieces. I remember when I first started looking into this wave, I was like thinking, why do I have to buy both? But I didn't realize at first that they actually came with two different Build-A-Figure pieces. And this wave took the longest for me to collect. And this was also around 7 years ago. It's just a big wave. It was a Walmart exclusive, but it's cool. But Century has a crazy amount of variants. Not even, it has more than what they're showing here. They got the mustard color, then they have the bright yellow. So I think I only have one or two of them maybe. I just stopped trying to collect all the Century. So it's not a full complete wave if you count that. It's interesting seeing the Wolverine. He's like in a light blue, where in here he's definitely dark blue. But it's such a cool wave. So we'll go ahead and get on to the next ones, and I'll try to save the ones that I really like for last. Sorry, I just want to show you guys this too. This is not a sticker. This is actually printed on here. So it seems this one came from Canada. Whoops, kind of bumped the camera. You can see on top of this one. So I don't think that has any effect on value wise. I just wanted to show you guys. Here we are with Age of Apocalypse Sabretooth and one of the Sentries. So this is the bearded Sentry. It's not mustard yellow, he's more the bright yellow. And these are not like they're cool, but I don't know. The Sentry, I just was never a fan of. This one's got a little bit of damage, you can kind of see here. But yeah. Need them for the wave though. So here we are with Havoc and Captain Britain. Both figures stayed pretty much, we never got a new Havoc for a long time. So it's kind of like the only Havoc we had. But it's cool they came with each one of the legs. I always liked how they showed on the front of the packaging of the Toy Biz figures where they actually highlighted which Build-A-Figure piece they had, just because not always you could see in the packaging what Build-A-Figure they had. So it was kind of nice on top of numbering, or no, they didn't really number them on the back. It's kind of a interesting picture of Havoc, but very cool. It is cool that they always came with a comic book. Now we have Kitty Pryde and Warbird here. So cool seeing this brand new Giant Man just kind of hanging out in there. I mean, look at the paint applications on this figure. It looks so good. So good. It looks realistic, really. I mean, the flesh tone, the way the eyes are done, crazy. They did such a good job. But, you know, the female figures were always pretty weak, I would say. I mean, they were great for the time, but compared to today's female figures, they're just kind of funky. I don't know. And then Warbird, or Miss Marvel, whichever you prefer, came with the lower body. He's got the 2 pins on the side. That thing really clicks into place. If you guys haven't seen it, if you go to my playlist, I have Build-A-Figure playlist, and I build a giant man on camera. If you guys are curious to see that, go ahead and check it out. It is old, so forgive me. I probably won't be redoing that video. And clear, that was a joke about redoing that video. There's no way I would be buying more pieces of to build another giant man. It's just too expensive. I would love to, but I can't. My final 2, these are my favorite in the wave. I'm going based off figures. Clearly, if I had to pick the Build-A-Figure piece, I like the Kitty Pryde ones because you see Giant Man. But I remember this guy was so hard to find, Ant-Man, and that bicep would give friends of mine and myself nightmares finding, because people would think that, oh, it's the right one, and maybe Centuries, because they look very similar. But he was really hard to find and just expensive all around. I believe me and my dad picked him up in a toy show in San Jose. I believe we got a pretty decent deal. He was, for at the time, I think he was 45, which is pretty expensive at the time. This Thor is amazing. Such a good looking Thor. I don't know if you guys have really looked at the Giant Man series Thor, but he is so cool. I need to get him again. I used to have him loose, and then as more Thors came out, and before I did videos, I ended up... Well, no, I did a review on him. I don't know why I got rid of mine then. Sometimes I just can't remember everything. Sorry, you guys get to hear me ramble. But still a cool Ant-Man. I love the helmet. I don't know. Such a cool wave. All right, we're moving on to the final wave of my collection, and I'm sure you guys know what that is, and it's my absolute favorite wave. I'm sure you guys knew it. It's the Sentinel series. Come on. I absolutely love this series. I love the Build-A-Figure. I just don't have any complaints. Mystique is kind of goofy looking, but it's a full complete set. I have all the variants box. So here is Angel. We have the red, and then we have the blue variant. Such a cool figure. And these packages are heavy because these Sentinel legs are in there. But oh, so nice. It's just cool to get these little variants. I mean, finding these. I mean, I remember seeing them on shelves. I think the first time I saw them was, kid you not, at Universal Studios Hollywood. They were in one of the stores. They had a whole wall full of Legends. I wasn't collecting at the time. This is back in 2004, 2005, around there. It was right when the wave came out, because it does say 2005 on the package. So it had to have been right around there. Wasn't really collecting. I mean, I had certain figures, but I was still in college, and just didn't, you don't have the space. But it was me and my dad at Universal Studios, and I remember looking at the wave and thinking it was amazing, and then just kind of forgetting about it over time. And after college, definitely got back into it. Doing these kind of in a goofy order. So here is the running change for the, stomach piece of the Sentinel. But you can see on this, it's interesting because these coils are very much Sentinel colors. I have other coils that are really dark that came with my loose Omega Red. But then you can kind of see the Mystique's kind of me. But I remember collecting these pieces. See, again, you don't see the Build-A-Figure piece. It's in there on the side. But definitely the packaging is kind of yellowing on this Mystique. It's kind of a bummer. But let's see, it's a crazy picture of her right there. Kind of almost like a realistic actor in there. And then Omega Red's a comic image. But I remember when, just a long time ago, when you'd be buying pieces of Sentinels online and stuff, you would always find an abundant of these and the left arm and the left leg. That's all you would find, and they were pretty cheap at the time. So Cyclops, I'm having to lean back, but we have the X-Men Cyclops, and then we have the X-Factor variant Cyclops. Came with the left arm, pretty cool. We can see the coils all wrapped up in there. Hope you guys are liking this. Hopefully it's not too boring with me just yip-yapping at you and with the packaged figures. But pretty cool looking image of Cyclops. Both are the same image. But I don't know. I absolutely love this wave. I love the packaging of these little toy business as I hold them and look at them again. All right, we'll move on to the next two, and then I'll save the best one for last, at least to me. All right, and here we have Mr. Sinister along with Black Panther, the really hard to find right arm and the right leg. These two pieces are expensive now, and they were expensive at the time too when I would buy them separately to build. They were just always expensive. But here's something that's really cool to see. Check this out. KB toy sticker right there, $8.99, November 7th, 2006. Pretty cool. I like seeing those old KB toy stickers. So back here, got an interesting picture of Sinister there. It looks pretty creepy. More of a classic Black Panther comic look. Or just kind of like overall, you know, kind of a card you would see on a Marvel card. Mine does have a little bit of a dent there, which is too bad. But pretty clear plastic. I'll go ahead and get into the last one. I'm sure you guys know. Here is Spider-Man with the head and shoulders and upper body of the Sentinel. So cool. First appearance Spider-Man. Always nice to see it with the little fabric webbing. I still have him loose, but it's just so cool to see that upper chest that everybody wants. Still sealed up in there. But very cool. You can barely see his face. But there you go, guys. That's my... He's in pretty good shape too, a little dusty. That's my review or kind of overview of my entire, pretty much my entire Toy Biz carded collection. I am missing two, like I said. It's Gambit and the other version of Goliath. Even if I come across them, I don't think I'll be redoing this. I don't see the point. Unless you guys really care, I can maybe do one on the Goliath so you guys can see that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's definitely a long video, longer than the magazine one. But it was fun. It was definitely fun going through all this and checking these figures out. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave a comment. Let me know which ones you guys like the most. And I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye.